Hi everyone, so today I'm just going to record a quick video about punching from both sides of the fabric. So traditionally in punch needle you will punch from the back of your design through to the front, and that's what creates these little loops that are usually shown on the display side of your finished piece. But more and more these days people are using both sides or just the front side to punch from, and that's the side they display. So I'm just going to show you both here today, and you'll need to use this for some of my kits, including this cushion cover kit that's available soon. So I'm just going to finish punching this rainbow as normal. So I've drawn the pattern on the back and I'm punching from what we call the back of the piece through to the front. So I've just got a tiny bit more to do here, and that is what is creating the loops on the front. Cut it off. Now, the loops obviously create a nice texture, and in this design the loops are really short, but obviously other designs you can have the loops a lot longer, and that's what creates really nice texture in your pieces. But for this design and for some of my kits, I also want to have a kind of flatter stitch around the edge. So I'm just going to thread my other colour. Put my threader through, spread my yarn. Thread the colour that I want into my needle. So what punching from this side does, so we call this the front because that's the side that's going to be displayed. So punching from the front, it creates a flat stitch rather than a loop. So it's almost like doing a traditional embroidery stitch, like a back stitch or a straight stitch, and it just gives you more variety of what you can do. So for these pieces, rather than the rainbow being finished like that, and it kind of looks like it just sort of sticks out the fabric and comes in the middle of nowhere, if you do a sort of this flat stitch around the edge, it kind of, if you can see there, it just kind of makes it look a bit more finished. So what you do when you're punching from the front, or the way I do it, is you've got your finished piece, and I'm just going to do the edge punching from the front. So you punch through, and then you're going to pull that tail through because you don't want that sticking up. So pull your tail through like that. You can pull it back a little bit so you're not wasting as much yarn. Make sure you've got plenty of yarn loose. And then I'm just going to do this flat stitch all the way around the edge. And I'm kind of, if necessary, I'm going to be moving the loops out of the way if I need to. And you can almost kind of move your needle to kind of push them out the way a little bit if needed. And as I said, this creates a kind of flat stitch, and it just means that you can create a lot more sort of variation in your pieces. You can use flat stitches and loops to create whatever design you want. So I'm just going to do this all the way around. And as I say, this is what you'll need to do if you buy one of my cushion cover kits, and also some of my other kits that I've got coming up available. You'll need to punch from this side as well. So the loops are now being created on the other side, which won't be shown, but it's exactly the same process. Obviously, it just depends which side you want to display. So I'll continue to go all the way around, and then when I've finished, it will look like one of these rainbows that I've already done here. I'll just show you a couple more pieces that I use this on. So on some of my family hoops, it's the same thing. Because I've got separate, you know, animals and the background is just the fabric. It just means that this flat stitch around the edge kind of almost bonds it to the background fabric a bit better. Bonds is not really the right word, I can't think of the right word. But it just means that the animal isn't kind of just sticking out of nowhere. It kind of makes a nice sort of beveled edge, if that makes sense. So you can see it there on these koalas, and you can see it here on these panda bears, which I haven't framed yet. So it just means, like, for example, on their ears here, it almost makes them a bit rounded towards the fabric and gives it a nice finish. So that was just a quick tutorial today. I hope you learnt something. Thanks for watching.